My name is Marcel, I'm the founder of Blood Heroes, and today I'm taking you on a journey into the fantastic world of Leros. Blood Heroes will hopefully be released in 2025. It will hit the market in its first edition, Origin, with 270 different cards. What's most important to us is that the setting remains where we designed the world of Leros in Blood Heroes. A creative, imaginative world, and in this setting we promise we will always remain in all sets that follow. The pool cards all go into the pool slot, and the spells into the spell slots.
Du entscheidest dich vor dem Spiel für deinen Herrscher und die Rune, die du spielst.
Then we roll to set who starts, and the player with the higher roll begins. 6 cards are drawn. We both decided to only draw from the spell deck, because with the rune we can play cards from the pool slot right away. So we started in round 1. I decided to play a resource with the rune, placing it on the resource fields to generate ASP. And with the 2 ASP now available, I played the Archer of the Guard. The key thing here is that I place it in a safety zone, so it won't be targeted by attacks or other abilities. Then we look at round 1 for my friend. He was also playing a resource with the rune, choosing one of the 3 zones to place it. And now there's a really nasty effect. He plays with a sovereign, costing him 4 life points, but summons a powerful demon in round 1. The demon is placed in the combat zone. After both players have taken their turns, the combat phase begins. The player with the highest initiative goes first. In this case, my friend Marcus starts, and he attacks me with the demon, dealing 6 damage to my zones. This means my sovereign loses 6 life points in the end. All I can do in return is firing a weak shot back with my archer via long distance combat. He targets the demon and I manage to deal 1 point of damage. After the combat phase we enter the end phase, where we can check for any end of turn effects. In this case there are none. At the start of the new phase all cards are untapped simultaneously. The players draw a card and the initiative passes to the player with the highest initiative card on the field.
Dem Spieler, der die höchste Initiative-Karte auch auf dem Feld liegen hat. Das heißt, jetzt beginnt der schwarze Herrscher das Spiel oder die Runde.
Genau.
Now the black sovereign begins to turn. My opponent uses his rune to play another resource onto the field, choosing a new resource zone. Resources are typically used to generate ASP. He can't play any other card in his round, but with the blood match ability of his sovereign, he summons a blood trinket token. These tokens can later be used to generate ASP. Tokens are placed somewhere in the field, they don't have a specific spot. Now that it's my turn again, with the initiative shifted, I play another resource to build my ASP power and generate 3 ASP to summon the Ring of Wisdom onto the field.
erzeuge dann mit 3 ASP den Ring of Wisdom aufs Spielfeld.
This ring is a special artifact that also generates ASP and helps the White Sovereign and his characters to generate life energy.
Beziehungsweise seinen Charakteren Lebensenergie wieder zu regenerieren.
The combat phase begins again and things look bad for me. My friend attacks me with the demon again. It's flying, so I can't block it.
Ich kann also nicht parieren.
That means another 6 damage to my ruler. My only small victory is shooting 1 more point of damage at the demon via long-range combat. Since it's only had 2 life points left, the demon dies and it sends to the graveyard. We untap everything again and both draw a card. I then use my rune and I play Forge of Heroes from the pool deck.
Und aus dem Poolstapel Forge of Heroes rausspielen.
Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ASP.
5. 1, 2, 3, 4 Aspiden. Toshi.
I play ASP and Toshi into the combat zone. Yes, oh, Toshi. And that's it for now. I want to play Shield of Wisdom, but I couldn't manage it. A strong technical feature in Blood Heroes is that you can search for characters from the pool deck in addition to resources. Characters help you generate more ASP, defend yourself, or engage in battle. My friend Marcus decides to play Blood Novice. But that wasn't enough. With this ruler ability he plays 4 more life points to summon another demon, the Dark Rider. It enters the field with a flight marker, making it very hard for me to block again, and on top of that he plays Exodus. Exodus is a card that can quickly remove a character from the game if the magic resistance of the target is lower than the magic value.
Der Resistenzwert auf der Karte niedriger ist als der Magiewert.
1, 2, 3. Ich gehe den Exodus ausspielen. Exodus hat Magie 3 und
Toshi can't be targeted because he has a magic resistance of 4, but the Archer of the Guard can target him. Destroy? Yes, destroy target character. Okay, I'm done.
Genau. Dann wäre ich soweit fertig.
Okay, Kampfphase durch die höchste Ebene. Ja.
The following combat phase shows what makes Blood Heroes special. I decide with Toshi, who has the highest initiative, not to attack because I don't want to lose him in this battle. If the demon blocks him, Toshi would die. So the initiative passes on to the next highest initiative character in the same combat zone, which is the demon. He attacks me again and I can only watch, as he has a fighter marker, meaning he's flying and can't block my ground creatures. At the start of my turn, I decide to summon a special character, Magistatilian, the Sovereign's advisor, using the rune. This advisor has the ability to place peace counters, meaning characters in the combat zone can't attack for a certain number of turns. This card came in handy with the overwhelming number of flying demons against me. I'd like to bring in the Alchemist of Strange.
Würde ich ganz gerne den Alchemist.
The Alchemist has a special ability with white, which means he can grow stronger and place power and HP tokens on the other characters. I'd also like to play Ritual Blades from the pool.
Ja. Dann würde ich gerne noch ein Ritual Blaze aus dem Pool ins Spiel bringen. Das ist der mit dem... Oh nein, steht in Prison. Das ist ein Resource Demon.
That's a resource demon. There's no bound character left, right? No, doesn't work. And I probably never will. Then I play Ritual Plays here. You've got 2, 4, 5, 6, basically 7 ASP.
5, 6, quasi 7 ASP. Dann wähle ich diese Zone. Und am Beginn...
I choose this zone. At the start of the next combat phase, the Fire Demon deals 2 damage to every character in that war zone. Now, let's look again at the situation with the advisor. Each sovereign can bring an advisor into the game. For white, it's Magister Tillion of Weidenheim. At first glance, Tillion seems slow, just like white in general, but once all heroes level are reached, their full power is unleashed. This is where Magister Tillion comes in. He can use his peace counter to reduce the damage that characters in combat zones would deal, for 1 or 2 rounds. During this time, white has the chance to level up his characters. And such a combat pause can also be a great opportunity to level up your characters in white. With the rise function, you can typically pay ASP, tap the creatures, flip it at the end of the round, and now have a new hero on the battlefield with significantly improved abilities.
Deutlich verbesserte Fähigkeiten hat.
Let's look at the flying battle. On this side we have the Griffin with initiative 7, and on the other side the Black Sovereign has the Dark Rider with initiative 4. This means the White Sovereign has the choice to initiative a combat action. We decide to attack with attack power 5. The Black Sovereign can only decide to block or not. If we look at the battle zones again, we see they're occupied. Initiative 7, starting first with the Griffin, then shifts to the next highest initiative, which is Toshi. After that, we move to another combat zone with the Vampire Prince at the initiative. If these 2 characters were in the combat zone, if there had been a character with initiative 6, then even though combat started elsewhere, it wouldn't switch back to my zone, and I could have decided what to do next. For instance, attacking. If these 2 characters were in the combat zone, the leading player, the one with initiative at the start of the turn, in this case the White Sovereign, could decide the combat action of the Alchemist of Strange. Toshi has a special function. He's fast, meaning he doesn't tap when attacking. And he can fight with allowing 2 attacks or 2 blocks. Toshi would now act first in combat, with initiative 5 attacking with the power of 3. I want to block with the damage calculation looks like this. Toshi takes 1 damage, strikes back with 3 damage, and then the opponent dies. Toshi loses 1 resistance points. Second attack. Toshi strikes again with 3 damage. I want to block with the other Blood Navies. The same happens again. 3 damage and Toshi takes 1 more resistance point, bringing it down to the 3 to 1. Now, in the next phase, we look at the white healing ability. A possible end of turn effect would be that the Medica can tap and heal 1 HP, For instance, she could heal Toshi, bringing him back to 3-1 at the end.
HP, also einen Widerstandspunkt, regenerieren, würde ich den Toshi mit anziehen. Das heißt, der Toshi geht hier wieder auf 3-2, dann am Ende hoch.
Do you have a hell? Yes?
Ja.
Okay, good.
Gut.
So now we are going to show a special simulation, Mulligan. This means at the start of the game you draw 6 cards from your spell deck. Or mix from the pool deck, whichever you decide. If you then decide that these 6 cards aren't good and you want to swap out 2, for example, you can select 2 cards, discard them and draw -1, meaning you draw 1 new card. The 2 discarded cards go back into the spell deck, and now you shuffle the deck again. Now in the next scene, let's quickly show the drawing resources from the pool deck. This function is available during the game every turn. You're searching for a resource, bring it into the play, then shuffle the deck and return it into the resource zone.
Und dann kommt der Stapel wieder auf die Ressourcenzone.
Let me quickly show you the different card types. So far we have sovereigns, wells, an advisor, meaning a counselor, resources, characters, spells, artifacts, and there are legendary characters in a moment. Specifically in white, for example, there are also miracles. Currently there are 4 rarity of card. Here we have the advisor as an example of a fabulous card, which is the rarest card in the set.
Also eine sagenumwobene Karte, die am seltensten vorkommende Karten im Set.
Then we have the legendary card, which are also very strong. Next we have noted characters and spells. The base level is K, knowing heroes. And depending on the rarity, the card can be used different amounts of times in the deck. Known K cards can be used 4 times. Noted N cards can appear 3 times in the deck. Legendary L cards can be used twice in your deck. Fabulous cards can only be used once in your deck. At the top right, the symbol for pool means it can be placed in either the pool deck or the spell deck in the game. You decide before the game which deck it belongs to. The second symbol is the binding symbol, meaning it can be attacked to resources to generate energy, which are called astral points. The last function is that it can be flipped, meaning it has the rise function and can undergo a hero's accent. I'll show you this shortly. There are cards that only can have the pool function, meaning they can only be played from the pool deck. Here's an example of characters that only has the binding function. In this example with the protection mage, I'll show you the rise function again. This means it can be flipped when it completes its action to become a hero. After that, it usually becomes a legendary rising character with a special name which then has better abilities or can use the abilities on the card at a significantly cheaper astral point cost. In Blood Heroes you can decide which sovereign you want to play. After choosing the right sovereign, and you can combine any other color of the game with the white sovereign. You can see that here on the astral points. An example card, here is a cap full of leaf, which is a black card recognizable by the card text and the name at the top. This is a black card that costs 2 astral points. If you want to play it with the red or orange sovereign, it costs 1 additional astral point. With brown and purple, there's 3 astral points. green and blue will cost you 3 extra points, and if you want to play it with the white sovereign, in this example, which is possible, it will cost you 4 more extra points.
Kostet es dich aber 4 Astralpunkte mehr.
Bluthelden isn't just played on the board, like many other card games. We have the strategy, we have the structure, and we want to minimize luck. This means it's crucial to decide which zone you want to play your cards in, which zone you might do, and where your opponent has more cards at the moment. For building strategy, it's very important to consider hero levels. This means your cards can get stronger during the game with the function, and the same goes for the resources to provide astral energy. Less luck also means we have 2 different decks from which we draw. So phases where you wait for specific cards and have to draw 3 or 4 rounds, where you're hoping for luck, won't happen with Bluthelden. We have a very cool team of artists, young talented creators who are really passionate about this. Will Bluthelden also become interesting for collectors? Bluthelden will also be very interesting for collectors, as edition name Origin suggests, meaning we want to make sure certain card rarities remain truly rare. Foil cards, mystic cards, or even sketches that show some secrets on the backside of the actual card should be truly rare and won't be constantly reprinted. The plan is for every second display to contain a valuable card. But of course, that depends a bit on how much you all get involved in the game, because we have some cool stretch goals where the number of valuable cards can be significantly increased. Thank you very much for being here. I hope this gameplay video gave you some first impressions of the fantastic world of Laris and the rules. Now there's only one thing left to say. Visit blootheroes.com, support us and secure a box.